Wrestlepalooza, still can't say that with a straight face, is tomorrow. It is tomorrow, and I thought to myself, I've been kind of harsh on Triple H and his booking lately, so this is what I tell my people at work. Don't just come to me with the problem. Come to me with the problem and a possible solution. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to book Wrestlepalooza, and I'm going to let you boys, you girls, judge my booking. And I want you to give me 1 to 10. I want you to grade it 1 to 10, and then I want you to come back after Wrestlepalooza. And hey, I said it with a straight face. I want you to come back after Wrestlepalooza to this video and tell me if I did a better job than Triple H booking. But first, if you want to win this belt right here, I'm going to give it away at 20,000 subscribers. Well, any belt that's ever been on my shoulder, you get to pick. You get to pick what belt you want at 20,000 subscribers. How do you win it, though? How will I pick someone? A random comment from a random video? All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification. All right, so we're going to start with John Cena and Brock Lesnar, because it was originally supposed to be the main event, but they've moved it. They've moved it to the beginning of the card. I think it's because AEW will probably be having their main event on it this time, so they're trying to front load the PLE. This is how we're going to start. It will be John Cena and Brock Lesnar, but before that, we are going to see LA Knight, and Jey Uso brawling, like having a big old brawl in the backstage area. And they will also see that LA Knight has locked Jimmy Uso in his dressing room. Okay, so Jimmy's locked in the dressing room, and Jey and LA Knight are actually fighting during the John Cena and Brock Lesnar match. That is important. So now we have John versus Brock. What would I do for this one? I'm going to have John Cena win. I really am just going to have John Cena win. I don't think we need to, to show that John can lose, not at this stage in his career when he literally has, 5 appearances left. He does not need to lose. The fans just want to cheer, or they want to see who's next. And so we have pretty much a repeat maybe of the SummerSlam squash match where he's Suplex City, but then John overcomes the odds and beats Brock Lesnar, and hopefully maybe we never see Brock again. I know some people don't like to hear that, but I'm kind of over part-timers and would like to elevate some people up. So, that said, we have John Cena has just beat Brock Lesnar, overcome one of the major mountains of his career, and he gets to go home happy and satisfied. But the Brawns come out. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, they come out and they will decimate John Cena, setting up a match with Bronson Reed and John Cena at Crown Jewel. He'll also take the shoes because he's the tribal thief, and he doesn't have to just take Roman's shoes, he can take anybody's shoes. But why doesn't the Usos come out to help John Cena? Because LA Knight, remember, he attacked Jey and locked Jimmy in the locker room. Now, Braun and Bronson Reed are going to stay out there while John Cena got stretchered out. And this will explain why John is in none of the shows leading up to Crown Jewel in Australia. And the Brawns are now just waiting out there, enjoying the carnage that they had left. And they say, come on, Usos, come on, Usos. We go backstage, and Jimmy runs up on Jey, who has been he's been taken out with a chair or a lead pipe or something. And LA Knight says to Jimmy he had it coming, and then he leaves. And now Jimmy picks up his brother, and he's like, I'm going to call the match off. Jay's like, no, we're not calling off the match. They go out there for their match, and well, they put up a valiant effort, but Jey was just too banged up before the match. Plus, it's the Brawns. The Brawns will win. They win and beat him up to I mean, they just beat them up. They beat them up, and the Usos, they lose, but they're protected because LA Knight had attacked them. And so that's that, right? The Brawns look strong, and now they have the ability to go to Crown Jewel with John Cena. Okay, so this match has not been announced yet, but I did see merchandise. So unless that merchandise was fake, we are getting a triple threat of Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Jade Cargill. This one, I would start it off like this, where Tiffany Stratton comes down, Nia Jax comes down, and they call for Jade Cargill, but she doesn't ever come down. She doesn't ever come down. And it's like, Jade, where are you? Oh, well, she's not here. We got two of the participants start the triple threat, and they have a match. And then in the last 2 minutes of the match, Jade Cargill is going to come down, and she'll bicycle kick, and she'll do her move, and boom, she will pin. 2 minutes, she's in the match, and she pins and wins the world title, the WWE Undisputed Women's title, whatever it's called, and everybody's going to be mad. Everybody's going to be mad, and you should be. That's what I want you to be. I want everybody super upset that Jade Cargill did this, because this is the beginning of the narcissist Jade Cargill. This is the Jade Cargill who is going to, I've said this should be her gimmick in the past, but we're going to start it right here. This is the Jade Cargill who she just looks in the mirror. She has a bunch of dudes carrying out mirrors for her. She calls the audience fat. She channels her inner Scott Steiner, and it would be great and brilliant, and I would love it. Now we got Becky Lynch and Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. We don't need to swerve people for the sake of swerving. If I was Vince Russo, I'd be like, AJ turns on CM Punk. We're not doing that. No, the obvious is what we're doing. AJ Lee is going to pin Becky Lynch and set herself up for #1 contendership of the Intercontinental title. But what can we do to make it fun and interesting in the meantime? I'm thinking this will eventually boil down to just those two, but for some reason they're out. They've been laid out, or maybe they fought through the crowd at some point, and they're gone for about 2 or 3 minutes. And during this 2 or 3 minutes, the Braun Brawns come out. And what happens is, Seth is like, attack CM Punk, and, well, that's what they do. Boom, spear, CM Punk is down. And it's like, ha ha ha, he's laughing, boom, spear. Seth Rollins is freaking down. And then on the mic, you hear LA Knight, and everybody's like, wait, what's going on here? LA Knight says, he said he was going to get you, Seth Rollins, and boy, I got you. And he's like, he's mad at CM Punk for their beef a couple weeks ago. I should have been champion. Jey Uso already saw my beatdown, and the beatdown earlier to keep the Usos from attacking John Cena, it was orchestrated. But we thought it was just LA Knight having beef with Jay. No, LA Knight was helping the Brawns. This is a hostile takeover from LA Knight. LA Knight is going to lead the Vision. They'll probably change their name, but whatever the case may be, LA Knight takes over the Brawns. He's like, guys, what are we doing? Seth Rollins and his wife, he's like, they don't even care about Paul Heyman. So the Brawns were persuaded to go with LA Knight. And LA Knight, though, he doesn't have any loyalties whatsoever, good, bad, whatever. He's just going to attack everybody until he's the champion. And they leave. Eventually, Becky and AJ Lee will get back in the ring. They don't know what happened, though, because they've been fighting the whole time. And we're going to end it, though. We're going to end it with Seth Rollins is going to kind of start to wake up a little groggy. And Becky is going to be like on all fours, like saying something to him. And AJ Lee is going to do a curb stomp to Becky, and 1, 2, 3. Maybe CM Punk held Seth Rollins or something, but yeah. So this will be a bad night for Seth Rollins. But now the Brawns and LA Knight can go and create havoc. Seth can stay with just Becky because those two together are really good, and they still have the belts. But, now they're fighting a war on two fronts, and then CM Punk is just going for Seth, but he still has problems with the Brawns, but so do the Usos. So now the whole main event scene on Raw is just complete chaos. And there you have it. I think that would be a stellar matchup. If we don't want to have LA Knight just completely take over the Vision, then basically all we would do is this. We would have AJ Lee curb stomp Becky Lynch while CM Punk actually holds Seth Rollins and he's forced to watch, and then maybe CM Punk will manhandle slam Seth Rollins as well. So that's the safe pick, but I prefer the crazy, bold, chaotic pick right there. If I had to choose, which one do you like? Comment below. We have Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. This one I know you're gonna be mad at me. You're gonna be mad at me, but hear me out. We need a long-term book as well. Not just right now, but we got to look ahead, and we know we got Crown Jewel just on the horizon. We have Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, and I believe when Crown Jewel is all said and done, Rhea Ripley will be the champion. So whoever wins tonight is only going to be a transitional champion for about 3 weeks. So the way around that is to just not crown a champion. Yes. So what we do is we have about 10 to 12 minutes of a banger of a match, and Asuka's going to be down there the whole time. Asuka's going to be down there, and Io's going to be like, go away, I don't want your help. And Asuka's like, you're getting my help. So then Rhea is going to come down, and Rhea and Asuka will eventually beef. They're going to start to fight, but it will spill into the ring, and suddenly everybody's fighting. Like maybe Io tries to protect Asuka or something. I don't know, but everybody's gonna fight, and it's gonna be just like Adam Pearce is gonna come out, and he's just gonna be like, I just can't. You know what? Forget it. This match is over. And I'll tell you what's going to happen tomorrow on Raw. And it's like, what are you talking about? This title's already been vacated, and we're going to keep it vacated for longer. And then what we'll do is at Crown Jewel, we'll have a fatal 4-way between Asuka, Io, Rhea, and Stephanie Vaquer. And now you don't have to have a transitional champion. And you can have Rhea Ripley win, and whoever she beats, it's a fatal 4-way. So it's like, did you really beat anybody? Then Rhea can then have all 3 of those people as her challengers moving forward. And that's how I would do it. I know, I don't love the idea of the title being vacated for even longer, but I hate the idea of a 3 to 4 week champion if we're just going to crown Rhea Ripley anyways in her home country of Australia. So fatal 4-way. So nobody wins this one right here. Again, think of the bigger picture. And now we're at Drew and Cody Rhodes. This one's difficult. Originally, I was going to have Randy Orton attack, right? But he was going to attack Cody, and they were going to form the 2-man power trip. But the problem with that is I've already had Jade Cargill turn heel, and I've already had LA Knight steal the Vision away, so they've kind of turned like more heel. I don't know. And so I can't justify Randy coming in to help and turning him heel. So this is just going to have to be a straight match. And I think we actually do what I referenced earlier. I don't think anybody would expect it. I told you about how Brock Lesnar decimated John Cena in a SummerSlam. Literally just suplex, and then he just beat him. Honestly, what if we did that here? What if Drew McIntyre beat Cody Rhodes? And this could start a story arc for Cody, because I'm not just pitting Cody to pin him and to like, oh my God, I can't believe we just shook things up. Now you gotta have stories for people after the fact. That's very, very important for Cody Rhodes. This puts Cody in this dilemma. He's like, what has happened to me? What has happened to me? I toppled the bloodline, held the title for a year, but now I've only held it for like 1 month, 2 months. And Cody starts to reflect. He starts to see that he's allowed for distractions. He's like, I had a baby, and I love my child, but I remember my dad was on the road 24/7. And then he's like, and then I was in the movie, and this will be the first time he talks about the movie. He's like, I was doing the movie. I thought I could juggle both, but apparently not. So this then gives Cody Rhodes, he's like, I need to get serious again. I need to tap back into WrestleMania 38 Cody Rhodes. This starts Cody Rhodes on his own redemption tour. And maybe a lot of people are like, yo, Cody, no, you don't need it. Why don't you go and challenge Drew back? Get your rematch. And because they love to throw that rematch clause in whenever it's convenient. And Cody's like, no, I lost because I was distracted, and I need to rectify that. And so, boom, Cody Rhodes starts fighting people that he might not normally fight. He could get into a feud with The Miz. The Miz can call him out on the mic because he does that. He could get into a feud with Carmelo Hayes. He can get into a feud with just a bunch of people that aren't necessarily on top. Heck, have him beat Sami Zayn, but he continues the US Open Challenge after that. Just like this will be Cody Rhodes getting back in touch with not just the fans that are, under 14, but back in touch with all of the fan base. And I think that would be a solid story for Cody Rhodes. And then he can go on and win it back at the Royal Rumble or something, in an actual match, not in the Rumble itself. So let's do that. And then Drew, he gets to hold the title all the way until the Rumble and have feuds. He can feud with Damian Priest, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn. So there's lots of opportunities for both participants to have really stellar runs with Drew winning up until the Rumble. So boom, right there, that's my Wrestlepalooza booking. Let me know in the comments below, what would you rank my booking 1 through 10? How many chops? Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day.